President Donald Trump was busy giving a speech to calm and start the healing process of a community and a nation which once again is mourning 17 victims at the hands of evil. While that was happening, it was former President Barack Obama who was pushing his anti-gun agenda on social media. What a contrast we can see between the two presidents. One is here to heal and unite, while the other one is ready and willing to blame the guns and politicize a tragedy. One wants to remedy the problem, while the other one wants to push his anti-gun agenda on law-abiding American people. One wants to stop these senseless things, while the other one chooses to place the blame on an object rather than face the fact that the problem isn't and has never been a gun issue. If we insist on placing blame for these shootings, what we need to do is stop with the agenda pushing and start facing cold facts. Guns have always been available, but these mass school shootings began with the Columbine shooting in 1999. Did kids just all of a sudden become violent because they discovered guns, or is it maybe a lot more complicated than that? Via BuzzFeed, the FBI received a tip in January from a person close to Nicholas Cruz expressing concern that he might commit a school shooting, but it was never forwarded to a Miami field office to be investigated, the agency said Friday. "I'm committed to getting to the bottom of what happened in this particular matter, as well as reviewing our processes for responding to information that we received from the public," FBI Director Christopher Wray said in a statement. The FBI's admission that it failed to follow up on what may have been a crucial tip on Cruz has prompted Florida's Governor Rick Scott to call on FBI Director Wray to resign. On Friday, Attorney General Jeff Sessions also called on a review of FBI and DOJ procedures on how they respond to similar information about potentially dangerous individuals. The tipster also told the FBI that Cruz owned guns, had a desire to people, and provided information about his erratic behavior and disturbing social media posts. Florida Governor Rick Scott called the FBI's failure unacceptable. The FBI has admitted that they were contacted last month by a person who called to inform them of Cruz's desire to people and the potential of him conducting a school shooting, Scott's statement read. "The FBI's failure to take action against this is unacceptable. According to FBI, the tip should have been sent to the FBI's Miami field office to be investigated, but that never happened. We have determined that these protocols were not followed for the information received by the panel on January 5, the statement from the FBI reads. The information was not provided to the Miami field office, and no further investigation was conducted at that time. But the statement from Wray seemed to not be enough for Florida's governor. 17 innocent people are dead, and acknowledging a mistake isn't going to cut it, Scott's statement read. An apology will never bring these 17 Floridians back to life or comfort the families who are in pain. Attorney General Jeff Sessions said it was clear that warning signs were there and tips to the FBI were missed. "We see the tragic consequences of those failures," Sessions said. The review ordered by Sessions would ensure that we reach the highest level of prompt and effective response to indication of potential violence that come to us, the statement read. This includes more than just an error review but also a review of how we respond. This will include possible consultation with family members, mental health officials, school officials, and local law enforcement. Wray expressed regret to the families of the victims in the Parkland, Florida shooting, which left at least 17 people dead at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School on Wednesday. "We have spoken with victims and families, and deeply regret the additional pain this causes all those affected by this horrific tragedy," he said. Here's Wray's full statement. On January 5, 2018, a person close to Nicholas Cruz contacted the FBI's public access line PAL tip line to report concerns about him. The caller provided information about Cruz's gun ownership, desire to people, erratic behavior, and disturbing social media posts, as well as the potential of him conducting a school shooting. Under established protocols, the information provided by the caller should have been assessed as a potential threat to life. The information then should have been forwarded to the FBI Miami field office, where appropriate investigative steps would have been taken. We have determined that these protocols were not followed for the information received by the panel on January 5. The information was not provided to the Miami field office, and no further investigation was conducted at that time. FBI Director Christopher Wray said, "We're still investigating the facts. I'm committed to getting to the bottom of what happened in this particular matter, as well as reviewing our processes for responding to information that we received from the public. It's up to all Americans to be vigilant, and when members of the public contact us with concerns, we must act properly and quickly. We have spoken with victims and families, and deeply regret the additional pain this causes all those affected by this horrific tragedy. All of the men and women of the FBI are dedicated to keeping the American people safe, and are relentlessly committed to improving all that we do and how we do it. What have we lost, or gained, in the last 20 years? The parents who care about their kids so much that they smother them are the ones who wait for the system to educate them because grounding them as children requires too much effort. We live in a society where people don't value life. Most only know a friend comes in the form of letters on their smartphones. Maybe it's time to bring back the ways before the so-called agenda-driven psychologist quacks convinced society that a light spanking is something that's taboo, although it has been used since the dawn of parenting. And maybe we should just get God back in school and stop trying to cater to atheists who feel threatened because the rest of us aren't narcissists who believe nothing is above us. And maybe what we need is an FBI who isn't just an extension of the Democrat Party from the web powered by Zergnet. This figure skating move was too provocative for the Olympics. Olympic figure skater handles wardrobe malfunction perfectly. Snowboarder breaks his neck in terrifying crash at the Olympics. The real reason you don't hear about Leanne Rimes anymore. The victims of the Florida school shooting revealed. Here's who Jackie Kennedy thought had her husband killed.